पीतं फणिभूषणाङ्गं गणेशतातं धनस्य मित्रं कन्दर्पनाशं कमलोत्प्रकाशं चिदम्बरेशं हृदि भावयामि। देवादिदेवं जगदेकनाथं देवेशवन्द्यं शशिकाण्डचूडं गौरीसमेतं कृतवेङ्कटक्षं चिदम्बरेशं हृदि भावयामि। विश्वेश्वरं नित्यमनन्तमाद्यं त्रिलोचनं चन्द्रकलावतंसं पतिं पशूनां हृदि सन्निविष्टं चिदम्बरेशं हृदि भावयामि। चिदम्बरेशं हृदि भावयामि। चिदम्बरेशं हृदि भावयामि।
Questions? Yes.
In functions, why we tie banana tree in front of our house?
It's all science. In the previous times, whenever there is fire in a hall, where there is a function, fire, accident fire, in any hall, the cure was to make the patient lie on a banana leaf. So that's why they are very intelligent. So if you can keep the patient with fire burns on a banana leaf or wrap him, the pain will not be there, will be less. This is one point. Secondly, take a banana plant, the fruits are available to you, the leaves are available to you, even the stem is used in cooking. So it is symbolic to say you should be as useful like the banana to the society in some way or other. Like every part is useful, so you should also be like that. These are the main two reasons. Any other question?
Baba, why do we celebrate Masana Kolla?
Masana Kolla. See, any creation in this world is either buried or cremated. Is it not? Either buried. Even if your coffin is there in any other society, it's also equivalent to a burial. Or in certain religions, it's burnt. And Zoroastrians have this habit of placing the corpse on a well so that all the birds will come and eat it. And the remnant bones will fall into the well. So they want their body to be useful even after demise, physical demise. So it's a social custom. So this Mayana Kolle is to tell you that someday you are going to pass off. Before that time comes, it is better you do something good on this earth where people will remember you. Now, many a man come to this world, but only a few make some mark and leave some trace behind them. So they want you to understand that you have to achieve something before you pass away. So become useful. Manilam painura vadudarke oru vallamai tharayu alladi sivasakti. I should be useful to the society in some way before I pass away. See, we come to this earth, live for 50, 60, 70 years, maximum 80 years. Indian lifespan is that. And before you pass away, you should do something. To make a self-satisfaction. You should have a self-esteem that in the God-given lifespan I achieved something. Point one. Point two, after your physical demise, people should say, here was a good man. He was a good man. He did this. People should always remember you. And all these pigs, dogs and other things, They can't ask for this name, fame and all. Only you can get. Because God has given you a rational mind. All these animals, bats and all, do you think they are very famous? Anyone remembers a bird or a dog or something? So only human have in the evolution ladder been given this gift to do something good and achieve something. Why you should do good? Because good is equal to God. Good and God are synonymous. Good and God are synonymous. So if you do lot of good, you are God. There's nothing called a separate God. It's an experience of subjectivity. It's an experience of subjectivity. You can behave like God. And people, a small portion of the society will say he is God-like. God-like only. There's nothing called a God. The sum total of all that is good on this earth is God. All that is good is equal to God. Like the waves of the ocean. I am one wave, Valli, see, everyone is one wave. What is the ocean? The addition of all these waves is called the ocean. So all these waves start from the ocean and live with the ocean, merge with the ocean. So we are all waves and all of us put together, the entire creation put together is the creator. We are all put together is the creator. There's nothing called a ocean unless waves exist, unless water is there filled in the ocean.
I have a question. Who is Kala Bhairava and what is he known?
God is different and angels are different. You will see in Jewish religion or Islam or Christianity, there will be angels like Gabriel. Gabriel will come and say, a holy man is going to be born. They are all divine people, divine energies. Gabriel, Israfil, Michael, Israel. These are all, in all the religions such people exist. The same people you call as Indra, Chandra, Vayu, Varna in our Hindu mythology. But all these semi-gods, demigods or angels are accepted in all religions. And God is only one. God is only one. Okay. And they are the servants of God who rule this world are called Devasas. They are called celestials. See, now you are all there. And who rules you? These bureaucrats, IAS officers, Indian Police Service officers, IRS officers, they all rule you. Who are they? They were like you. They excelled in their studies, wrote revenue service competitive examination, then they got postings as collectors, this and that, and they are ruling. Though they are ruling you, the salary of them is paid by you, by taxes. So celestials are ruling us, but when we offer all these worshipable materials, like prayers and food, you are only looking after them. You people who are ruled are looking after the ruler's comforts. Right? So it's all a combination. In God's creation, what an ant could do, a spider could do, a bird could do, we can't do. That's called Kriya Sakti, the creative energy. And we are there. A big elephant, we are able to control. A small, puny, 5.5 feet man with 50 kg weight is able to tame the elephant, sit on that and ride. So this is called Ichha Sakti. Ichha Sakti is what humans have. Kriya Sakti is what all these animals, insects and bats have. You can't make a better nest than a bird with all your engineering skills, is it not? So there is one more race called celestial who have the highest amount of Ichha Sakti, highest amount of creative energy. So they are called celestials. They are selected among you and you are also capable of achieving those heights. So when you become a big bureaucrat, your government takes care of your transport, your house, you will have servants and you have power, your signature has some powers. So you also can aspire to become that. But you have to work hard to become that. Is it not? Most of you want to be either some bureaucrats or this and that, teachers and all. Nothing is big, nothing small. But to become the ruler of all these people is something, because you have power. And if you want power, you also try to excel and become a ARS, IPS, IAS officer. If you don't want, be contented with a simple living, working as a doctor or an engineer or a teacher or something. You want to see the celestials, they are all the celestials. I can see that. I can see them all in my naked eye. So all these photos, what you see in the whole are celestials. They look like that. And I can see that. It's a power. So you can also develop this power with a mind concentration. See, I keep this paper. I have no paper here. No problem. Demo. This notebook, this auntie is keeping, because whenever she goes from here, her seat you should not take. So she leaves it and goes. So this paper is there. It won't be burned if you keep opposite to the sun god or sun. But if you keep a lens, the rays of the sun converge and it burns this paper, and there is a hole and a black tint. So by your mind concentration, you can achieve so much. But at present, your mind is very much in distress. You are very much worried about so many things which are irrelevant. So if you can focus all here, it is, you will see all this. All these celestial energies you can see. They are all not, you don't believe that they are gods. They are all celestials. God has no form, no name. God has no name, no form. They are all His workers. And you can also become a worker of God. You can also become workers. Why do people come to me? I am also like you, born in the world, brought up, got educated, had a family. And why do people come to me? Understand? Why do you come to me? Because you think whenever you pray for something or whenever you ask something, I can fulfill your wish. Isn't it? It's a power. And you get that power with mind control and doing good. You have to do a lot of good to gain power. It's not that easy to, God will not trust you. He has to trust you and give the power. In Bible there is a word, there is no secret which is not disclosed. There is no secret which is not disclosed. Bible. It says, whoever deserves, it is disclosed to him. The power is given to him. Whoever doesn't deserve, even if he was having a destiny, it is taken away from him and given to a person more deserving, more noble, more good. So Bible says, வெளியிடப்படாத ரகசியம் இல்லை, தகுதி உடையவன் எவனோ அவனுக்கு எல்லாம் கொடுக்கப்படும், தகுதி அற்றவனிடத்தில் உள்ளதும் பறிக்கப்படும். So if you really deserve, you will also become powerful. But caution, that power will not be useful to you. Whatever power you get, whether you become Prophet Muhammad or Jesus or anyone, you cannot use it for yourself. It's like a bank manager. Bank manager can give you 1 lakh loan. But if he takes even 10,000 rupees home, you will be arrested. So any saint of God can do good to others, but he can't use it for himself. That's why all these Mahatmas who come, like Ramana Maharshi had cancer, and Ramakrishna Paramahamsa had cancer, Ram Surat Kumar Swami had a urinary problem, and everyone underwent. Though they were Mahatmas, they were able to give you good, but they suffered physically because they can't use the power for themselves. So I can heal you, I can cure diseases, but I can't use it for me. I have to go for medicine. But I can help you. That's why I always give you the example of a bank manager. You are in a seat, you can help, but you can't use it for yourself. Yes? Any male questions? Yes? See what big people are there questioning me.
Yes, சத்யபாவான்னு சொல்ற பாபா தான் இருக்காரே.
Okay. Our question is, Siva Shankar is a Baba, okay. I am a Baba, I am supposed to be. Then why you call Satya Sai as Satya Sai Baba, Sirdi Sai as Sirdi Baba? That is our question. Baba is what? A father-like person. If you love others, if you do good like a father, you are also a Baba. Any other question? Bolo bhai. Mike. Is Mike Dyson.
Shakram Shiv Shankar Baba. Baba, since in the spirit of Shivaratri, I thought it's fair to ask a question about Lord Shiva himself. So, the question is, in the Vedas, we have the 4 main Vedas, you will realize that the name Lord Shiva is never there. He's addressed as Rudra, Lord Rudra. But as things evolve, when you start going into Purans, Upanishads and everything, then you see him being addressed as Lord Shiva, the evolution from Rudra to Shiva. So in the same context as Bhishma, he was known as Devrat, Gangaputar, and after he took that oath, he was known as Bhishma. So is there any significance of why from Rudra it evolved to Shiva, the name?
In Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna shows his Virat Vishwarupam to Arjuna. And he goes on saying, Rudranam Sankaras Sasmi. There are 11 Rudras. In that I am known by the name of Shankara. Adityanam Aham Vishnu. There are 12 solar people, Adityas. In that I am known by the name of Vishnu. In seasons I am known as the spring. In the celestial cows I am known as Kamadhenu. So he goes on saying, so if 1 million people write a competitive examination, there is only 1 person or 2 persons who get top ranks. Is it not? They are called university rank holders. All others also wrote the exam. They also qualified. They also will get a title. Like that, in this world, whoever excels in something, gets recognized. So there are 11 Rudras. In that, Shankara is well recognized. There are 12 Adityas. In that, Vishnu is recognized. People always have this confusion that Rudra and Shiva are one and the same. It is not so. Rudra and Shiva are not one and the same. Shiva is equal to Brahma plus Vishnu plus Shankara. Shiva is equal to the sum total of the creator, the protector and the destroyer of evil is equal to Lord Shiva. So Shiva is different, Shankara is different. Lot of people confuse thinking that both are together. It is not like that. Again I want to tell you, all these are celestials. Okay, there is nothing called a God. All the waves together is the ocean. All the divinity on this earth is God. That's all. So when the sum total is Shiva, and in that portfolio managements are there, creating, protecting, destroying the negative things. So 3 things are different. I told you Rudras are different, Vishnus are different, everyone is different. They are all workers, divine workers, celestial workers.
Shankaram, Siva Shankaram.
Yes.
God is formless, and we have read in the Puranas that God, Lord Shiva, appeared as a form of a light where Brahma and Vishnu cannot measure. அப்படி இருக்கையில் the சிவலிங்கம் தத்துவம் வந்து is a form. It's not formless. And the form எப்படி அங்கே வந்துச்சு when God is formless? Question.
Our Guna's question is, when scriptures and other people say God is formless, where is the question of a Shivalinga? Shivalinga is a inverted U. U is like this, an inverted U is called Shivalinga. How it came? That is his question. See, we were all barbaric societies, and we started living after some time of creation in river valleys, because we had cattle for green pastures. People used to live across the banks of the rivers. When the grass is over, they have to migrate to some other place where grass is there. So in that population, limited population, whoever died, they buried him. And to know where they buried, they kept a stone. That later they converted as Siva. That is called as Linga. It's only an identification mark to say some great grandfather was buried there. This is how the Shivalinga started. Otherwise, initially, people were worshipping nature because they were afraid of thunder. They used to worship thunder, then air, and then rain, rivers. All this they were worshipping. Slowly, when they went to get organized in a smaller, fragmented society everywhere, this Linga worship started. And this Linga worship later on expanded to keeping the portrait of that person. Initially they kept a stone. Later on they had artistic skills. So they were able to remember how Valli looks. So somebody will draw Valli and they will keep that photo there, or they will keep a statue there. That is how this idol worship started. It's all according to our own understanding. It's all our own effort, our own understanding. God is ultimately a light. God ultimately is only a light. So you can call all this light which you are unable to feel here, there is God in this light, there is God in the breeze, there is God in water. There is nothing else than God or nothing other than God in this whole creation. We are all gods. Everything created is God. The sum total of this creation is God.
Baba,
Yes?
இந்த
Somebody said Baba.
இங்க இருக்கு.
Yes.
இப்போ இறந்தவங்க எல்லாம் பித்ருலோகம் போறாங்க, அங்கிருந்து அவங்களுக்கு மறுபிறவி இருந்தா வருவாங்க அப்படின்லாம் சொல்றாங்க இல்லையா? இப்போ அவங்க மறுபிறவி போனாலும் போலனாலும் இப்போ கனவுலெல்லாம் சில விஷயங்களை இன்டிமேட் பண்றாங்க. அப்போ மறுபிறவி போனாலும் போலனாலும் இன்டிமேட் பண்ணுவாங்களா, இல்ல அது எப்படி?
Okay. Our question is, after a physical demise, people go to a ethereal world. Okay, Pitruloga, it is called Pitruloga, the ethereal world. And because they had pending desires, until you have desires, you will come back to the earth. Anytime your mind becomes naked, this nirvana, no thoughts in your mind, then you won't come to this earth. You may have good desires, you may have not so good desires, negative desires, then also you will come back, keep coming back to this earth again and again. It is a spiritual progress you are making using the bodily containers. Body is only a container, the spirit is inside you, it's a light. So if you have pending desires, you, after your physical demise, your body is either buried or burnt, and then your breath goes away, and your water molecules evaporate, and your heat goes away. That's why when somebody died, they touch and see, you have become cold, and they keep and say no air. So all out of 5 elements, 4 elements quit. Then what is remaining is your memory chip. Here it is. This memory chip goes to the ethereal layers. Like you have a cell phone. And cell phone had nothing. When you purchase a cell phone, you put your memory chip in that. Then said, Valli, what's your number? What's your number? You went on loading memories. Is it not? Like that, we are born with a naked mind, nirvana. But we go on adding to these thoughts. Whatever we like, we dislike, even dislike is a thought. All this we go on adding into our memory chip. So when your physical body, the cell phone, you have to leave, then you buy another cell phone, in that you transfer this memory chip. So Mr. X dies, and after some time he comes back as Y, the memory chip of X gets into the body of the Y, and the transit continues, the travel continues in the thought. So unless you go blank, naked, you will be coming again and again to this earth. So when you are in a body, if you are having this naked mind, that is nirvana. After leaving a physical body, still you are in this world like a Buddha, Jesus or someone helping the society like a light, that's called Mahanirvana. That's called Mahanirvana. I am already in Nirvana. Okay, I have gone beyond those experiences. Now my mind is blank. If you ask a question, I will answer. Otherwise, all the time you have 1,000 thoughts, your engagements, appointments. I have no thoughts. My mind is always blank. So it's possible for you to reach this level when you are alive. You have to achieve a thoughtless mind when you are Ellamare, Yanai Maranda Nalam, Solai, Muruga, Sorabubadiye. Ellamare Yanai Maranda Nalam, Solai, Muruga, Sorabubadiye mean that. Summa Iri, Solare, silence for the Blanca. That is the ultimate thing you have to aim at and achieve when you are having the privilege of living in a human body. Human body is the ultimate in God's creation. So you have to use this to break this birth cycle and become a luminous body yourself. You are a luminous body. From the fetters of the jail of the body you remove, then you will stay as light in this cosmos, like all the stars in the galaxy. Or you can even plan to become a river which will be useful to people. You can plan to become anything useful to the society and continue to live, helping the society.
Why only Earth has why only Earth has bodies while the other worlds have luminous bodies?
Yes. Her question is, why in this earth we have body, in the other worlds there is only luminous body, not this flesh and blood body like we have on the earth. There are 5 things. First is the sky. In the sky there is only sound. That's what Bible says. First there was a word, and the word was the Lord Himself. So in the topmost layer there is only sound, nothing but sound. And you can call that sound as Om. That's all. You can call that sound as Om. Om is what? Proton, neutron, electron. The protecting energy, the creative energy, and the negative energy. 3 things together. So you call what? Your electrical field as ohms. Your electrical energy you call as ohms. How many ohms you are having? So that is there. Next to that, you have the air. There you have the touch and the sound. See, when there is a wind blowing, you will get sound. And you are able to feel that the wind is touching you. So the next layer is what? Sound and sparism. The feeling, the sparism. Then water. You have the sound. You have the sound. You can feel it and it can touch you, and you have the sound in that. Not only sound, taste in that. Taste is there. Then the fourth thing is fire. Fire. In that 4 ingredients are there. Then on this earth you have 5 ingredients. You have the sound, you have the smell, you have the shape. So all the 5 elements are there. So if a person can conquer these 5 elements in a physical body, he is called a supreme spirit. That's why Shakespeare in Hamlet says, all the elements were so mixed up in him, all the elements, 5 elements, were so mixed up in him, when he walks, nature will itself raise up and say, here is a man. So you have to reach those levels using these 5 elements on the very earth. Okay. The other worlds, you have only 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 4, and like that. It is a complete thing. Earth is very beautiful. People don't understand the worth of the earth. Here only you can achieve anything. There and all nothing.
When does a spirit occupy a body? When the baby is formed in the uterus, or when the baby is born into the world?
There are 2 phases. One phase is the spirit enters the mother's womb when the child is getting formated after 5 or 6 months. After 5 or 6 months. This is one theory. The second theory is when the child comes out of mother's womb, it comes in contact with the cosmos then the memory chip starts working.
How the rishis wrote Nadi scriptures about all of us.
These nadis were not written by rishis. Not written by rishis. Like you have almanacs. And these almanacs say at 6:31 there is going to be a solar eclipse in this part of the world, and people can see it or not see it. It's all astronomy. So there is a set pattern of creation and the events which are running in the world. So there are some people who are like scientists, doctors, engineers, advocates, specializing in all these things. They had more access to this particular knowledge, and they passed on this knowledge from grandfather to father to their children, and that is hereditarily available in some people's hands. Okay, so it's not written by Agastya or Vasishtha or something. It's a specific knowledge passed on from generation to generation. And all these people generally need nadis are coming from the caste called Valluvar. Vallurna enna? The temple ellam dum dum adipanga illaya, they are called Valluvars. So in most of the people in Vaidiswaran Koil or anywhere, they were all Valluvars. And they live in a small group sharing the knowledge. And if Mr. X is a Valluvar, he will have some 500, 600 old swadis. And his offshoots or his disciples will spread to Singapore, they will go to Malaysia, they will come to Madras, they will go to some other place, and they take some 20, 30 scriptures along with them, out of that 500. And you go to them, and if they don't find your scripture in that, they will phone to the head office, okay, with your thumb impression, and they will get it. This is how it happens. And it's not that all Nadi fellows will be having all Nadis of themselves. They exchange from the head office.
Though we finish off our desires or go devoid of thoughts, will we take rebirth due to others' desires or thoughts about us?
It depends. If you want to do good to the society also, it's a thought. Then you will come back to this earth as a holy man. There are different desires. So maybe you had a desire for marriage, children, name, fame, money. So then also you come back. If you want to become a holy man to help this suffering society, then also you will come back. But when you come back to this earth as a Siddhartha to become a Buddha, you will understand that this world is foolish and stupid. Any Mahatma who has come to this earth to help the society ultimately understood that people are people, you can't change them. Logo binna rusi. So a Siddhartha really wants to help the society, he goes, does penance, fasts, and then becomes a Buddha under a Bodhi tree at Buddha Gaya, comes back to help the society. And there are no takers. So what he ultimately says, Logam Sunyamayam, Logam Chinamayam. The whole world is filled with grief and nothing is true about this human existence. That is the ultimate derivation Buddha gets. So then he will go into Nirvana and Mahanirvana. As and along a Siddhartha in the making of Buddha thinks he should come back to help the society again, he will be coming again and again as a Buddha Bhikshu and Bodhisattva, some monk will be coming to this earth. So it is better not to come to this earth, pack off and go. This world will not accept anyone. When you come as Jesus, they will crucify you. When you come as Prophet Muhammad, they will pelt you with stones and pack you from Mecca to Medina. Is it not? And Buddha was food poison. He knew he was getting poison, but he willingly accepted it because at that time he has reached this mindset of everything is waste. So any Mahatma who came to help the society was ill-treated by this society. So look at your predecessors and never plan to be again on this earth. Pack off. I am packing off. I won't come to this earth again. I am packing off. This is last chance when you will come across an elevated person like me, evolved person like me. So if whatever you want to ask such question, it's nice. In a temple people are asking all these very different questions instead of asking about cricket and movies. It's good to ask. See, there are two things. One is Anna Vicharam. to say where you will get the nice masala dosa, where you will get tair vada, where you will get pizza. That's called Anna Vicharam. The other is Atma Vicharam, thinking about the soul. Is it not? This is Annam, the earth. Soul is the heavens. So instead of thinking about the earth, it is better you think of the heavens. It's good.
I mean, though someone goes beyond desires and backs off, will he be reborn because of others' desires about him?
No. It is his own making. If he wants to come to this earth to help the people, he will come. Otherwise, simply because this girl says, Siva Shankar Baba is my friend, he should come back, I won't come.
Om Jai Siva Shankar Re Swami Jagat Paripalak Re Adi Shankara Avatara Anada Rakshak Re Om Jai Siva Shankar Re அன்னையும் தந்தையும் நீரென்றறிந்தும் அன்பில் நனைகின்றோம் சுவாமி அன்பில் நனைகின்றோம் ஆசானும் இறையாகிய தேவா நின்னடி பணிகின்றோம் ஓம் ஜெய் சிவசங்கரரே கைலையை பன்முறை வலம் வந்தாய் ஓ கருணாகர கீர்த்தி சுவாமி கருணாகர கீர்த்தி மயிலையில் நின்று வரம் தருகின்றாய் மங்களகர மூர்த்தி ஓம் ஜெய் சிவசங்கரரே ஆனந்த சாகரம் தனிலம்மை ஆழ்த்தும் அற்புத அருள் ஜோதி சுவாமி அற்புத அருள் ஜோதி ஆரத்தி செய்து பாடி மகிழ்ந்தோம் அருள்வாய் பரஞ்சோதி ஓம் ஜெய் சிவசங்கரரே நாராயண நாராயண ஓம் சத்யநாராயண நாராயண நாராயண ஓம் நாராயண நாராயண ஓம் சத்யநாராயண நாராயண ஓம் சத்யநாராயண நாராயண ஓம் ஓம் ஜெய் சிவசங்கரரே
ஓம் அசதோமா சர்க்கமய தமசோமா ஜோதிர்கமய மிருத்யோமா அமிர்தம் கமய ஓம் சாந்தி 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 லோகா சமஸ்தா சுகினோ பவந்து லோகா சமஸ்தா சுகினோ பவந்து லோகா சமஸ்தா சுகினோ பவந்து
குறை ஒன்றுமில்லை மறைமூர்த்தி கண்ணா குறை ஒன்றும் இல்லை கண்ணா குறை ஒன்றுமில்லை கோவிந்தா